By the way, speaking of anti-Semitism and Trump, Donald Trump has appointed Steve Bannon as White House chief strategist. Now, this is a totally abortive decision. Steve Bannon, the executive chairman of Breitbart News, who became the CEO of the Trump campaign, or the chairman, I don't remember exactly what word was ultimately used.
CEO.
CEO, heavily associated with the anti-Semitic alt-right movement, which we will be profiling in detail next week. I think you'll learn a lot about that movement next week. On yesterday morning's CBS Face the Nation program, Gingrich was asked by John Dickerson to respond to an essay which said, you know, there's these fringe anti-Semites who are really supporting Trump's rise to the White House. And now you're taking Steve Bannon, a guy who's tied in with Breitbart and the alt-right and significant anti-Semitic movements. Isn't this a really bad sign? And Newt Gingrich, this is just amazing. He rejected the idea that Bannon is anti-Semitic by using anti-Semitic stereotypes. You can't write this stuff. Let's take a look at the video here.
We were on the anniversary of Kristallnacht, which was the night when the Nazis attacked Jewish businesses. And I'm thinking, I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is a mainstream conservative who wants to profoundly take on the left. The left is infuriated that anybody would challenge the legitimacy of their moral superiority. And so the left goes hysterical. But the fact is, you know, and you get this with all these smears of Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon is a naval officer. He was a managing partner at Goldman Sachs. He was a Hollywood movie producer. You know, the idea that somehow he represents, I'd never heard of the alt-right until the nutcase started writing about it.
But so your point is, it's garbage, therefore Donald Trump doesn't have to deal with it.
Donald Trump has to be Donald Trump.
So Steve Bannon can't be anti-Semitic because he worked in two industries stereotypically associated with Jewish control. He worked for Goldman Sachs, an investment banking firm, and Jews founded that. And of course, Jews control Hollywood. So this guy can't be anti-Semitic. See, otherwise, the cabals of Jews running those industries would never have allowed Bannon in. This is more acceptable when it's Jews, because imagine if the question was bias against black people and Newt Gingrich said, Steve Bannon, oh, no, he's not anti-black. He worked on a watermelon farm and at Kentucky Fried Chicken. Oh, okay, well, consider me corrected, Pat. Steve Bannon is not anybody we should be concerned with in terms of policy or ideas towards blacker sentiment. That's the equivalent of what is being said. It's just more acceptable when it's smooth-talking Gingrich talking about finance and, and Hollywood.
Yeah, I think Newt Gingrich actually made some of these comments subconsciously, right? He was trying to legitimize Steve Bannon as more than just an alt-right editor, right? Finance and Hollywood ties. So we'll see. It's concerning.
It's very disturbing. And this is not, by the way, all of the Steve Bannon stuff is not without basis. Court documents from 2007 revealed that his ex-wife, Mary Louise Picard, said Bannon didn't want their daughters going to a particular school in Los Angeles because there were just a lot of Jews that went there. He also stated, according to his ex-wife, that he doesn't like Jews and he doesn't like the way that they raise their kids. And this has been an explosion. Earlier in the show, I told you about the anti-Semitic hate mail I received. Southern Poverty Law Center receiving 200 plus complaints of anti-Semitic vandalism or incidents related to anti-Semitism. This type of thing, mark my words, will be attempted to be normalized by individuals like Steve Bannon and the alt-righters. And we've got a big expose on them coming up on Monday.